Welcome to the jungle. It's what date is about 16th of April. It's a Wednesday. I've been away for 2 weeks, or not done anything in here for 2 weeks. So all the stuff that was potted, that was just rooted, is now massive, which is fine. So take the tops out of them and cut the plants sort of down to regrow for other uses later, or pot tubers. And we've got field tubers. They're absolute hedges, so I've got to get into them. These are some of the ones that were potted just before I went and have absolutely flown. Like I say, they will be chopped back. This batch of go at the twilight there, and we'll get the reds cut off. And then these are rooted, that come out the propagator. Everything else that's in the propagator is also rooted, so they'll probably get potted on, other than these really tall skinny Narrows Tricia. That's all the mother plants of Narrows, so I shall go through them and take them as a whole batch. And then in here we've got the rest that again taken just before I went on holiday, and they should all be rooted. But to make any sort of space to do anything, I've got to take the cuttings off the tubers to clear a bit of working room. Once I've took the batches off of those, I would say nearly all of those trays then would move outside, which I've sort of prepped an area just outside the greenhouse. If they do get hit but caught by the cold, so be it. If they don't, then I've got a few spares if I need to take any more, but I very much doubt it. I mean, there is about 400 rooted in here, plus what I take today. It's going to be, I would imagine, about 600 or so, maybe more. I know, growing 370, so there will be plenty. I've already filled the trays yesterday, ready to go, and this is the area I'm just going to stand the plants and the tubers down in when I've done. Let's see how it goes. So I've just chopped this tray, which was when I'm dying, and I've literally just floored it and took every sensible cutting. You know, there's no point taking stuff for the sake of it. If it looks healthy, try and root it. So that's a tray of 40. So that's the Winholm. And in the bucket down there is all the greenery that come off. So I'll do that again to the second tray of Winholm, which is that one over there. I'm just trying to give myself a bit of playing room in here. And then the plants, which I've put down there, and these will also get chopped and topped and moved out, as I've just done with those. Just cut the tops off, put them in for rooting, then they go into the Vitapod. Hopefully I can create some space as I go through this, but it's probably going to be best part of 80 to 100 Winholm dying taken. I want 26, but I know someone else wants some more. But at least I'm going to have a good batch of cuttings to select my plants from, which that's what this is all about. Not all of these will end up going into pots and being grown on, but I will take batches out, select what looks like the healthiest, the most even cuttings, and they'll be the ones that will go in the ground. There we go, that's the second tray of tubers of Winholm chopped down, and I've gone through, I think I had about 40 plants that I've cut the tops out of, or cut them down, and they're outside, which I'll show you later. So that's all butchered, and there's a second tray of 40 cuttings to join the first 40, so 80 is enough. I could have probably got more if I went for cuttings that I would call sort of less ideal, but these are fine. It's a nice batch. I shall get what I want out of them. But looking over here, there is also at the back there another 40 already rooted, so they'd be fine as plants as well. Right, let's crack on, get through some of these. Right, pretty much run out of time for today. So we've got 200 in here, which is Winolm dying. I think it's 80 Winolm, 80 Dart dying, and 40 Marys from memory. No, it's Bright and Softer Gleam. And we've got another 200 in here, which is Mary's, which is 80 Jane, Softer Gleam, and a tray of the Aggie family, or Bryn family, tray in a bit. These are the ones that I took 2 weeks ago and have rooted, but some of them, to be honest, where I've been away, would have wanted to have got them out those trays and potted sooner. So in theory there's enough in the batch I've taken today to not need to use any of these, but I will pot them, and they'll be handy for plant sales or backup. I'm having to use the open bench, which I haven't done all year, and there we've got another tray of Marys. I think there's about 100 Marys I took. There's Trisha, managed to get 60 out of 2 pot tubers, so that's a good batch, happy with that. Obviously I've still got the pots for pot tuber for next year if needed. Go to Twilight, 1, 2, there's 120 of those, and over here there's probably another 40, and Sandia Gold, there's 40 there and 20 here. So all in all there's 2, 4, 6, 8, I think it's about 1100 cuttings now on this bench. As you can see, the massive plants have shrunk and the tubers have moved out. Only one variety left to do, and that's kiwi, but I've run out of time. I was hoping to use these, but they're a bit tall and skinny, so I'll probably top them out along with all of those to get my batch, and then move outside, which I'll show you in a sec. So all the stuff that's rooting on the open bench, there's a heat mat underneath. Just give them a spray, and then under here there's a nice fresh piece of white fleece, and I'll just double that over the top, spray that down so that's damp, and I'll try to leave the thinner cuttings out here, they tend to root easier, and the thicker ones are in the 2 vitipods. But a good batch of cuttings at the right time of the year, I hope. And out here on my pallet benches that I've created in amongst all the compost, they're the tubers. So actually those 15 trays of tubers have produced about 1200 cuttings as a batch by taking cuttings, mother planting. These are the plants that we saw that were like trees that I've butchered, and they'll become pot tubers, or we might even pot some up into bigger pots to sell at the garden centre. So that was the forest that was in there earlier. I don't know how it actually fitted in there, but it did. And then we've got this ready for moving plants out when it warms up a bit, in there, and they're rooted. So we do it. We've got somewhere in the region of probably 2,000 plants in all, from 12 trays of tubers out of a 10-foot by 8-foot greenhouse. The trays on here, the empty ones are left ready for those. Right, good luck with your rooting. See you soon.